This is your guide into how to learn to read tarot in 2023. Step 1 is to get yourself a tarot deck, which sounds easier than it was for me because everybody recommended the original or an original version of the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot. And it is a great deck to recommend for beginners because these are the images that you think of when you think of tarot. But I personally was not interested or intrigued or attracted to this artwork at all. But if you do, amazing, go ahead and get it. But if you're like me and you didn't really like the original RWS is what it's called imagery, then here are two of my most recommended alternatives: the Light Seers Tarot and the Good Karma Tarot. Now I will do a video where I put these two head to head or toe to toe, whatever, so you can choose which one of these you prefer. Both of these are amazing. They have bright colors, modern imagery, inclusivity when it comes to showing the people. They're easy to shuffle, and both of them have a really good guidebook to go with it, which is great when you are learning to read the tarot. And I will say, if you're like the majority of us here over on TarotTube, you will probably end up gathering more than one deck to read with for your tarot practice. And if you do like both of these, then it's totally okay to pick the one that you're most attracted to or that you think is going to help you get started with your tarot practice right now, and then you can always get the other one later. Both of them are great. Step 2 is to actually learn the tarot card meanings. Now there are a ton of ways to do this. I have a very specific way where I teach you the tarot card meanings in my course for beginners called Tarot 101. Link is always in the description box. But I want you to have specific keywords for every tarot card. And the keywords have to make sense to you as well. Don't just use the standard keywords that you can find on the internet if that's not what you're seeing in the tarot card itself. Because the tarot card imagery does have meaning, does have significance, and it can actually help you draw the tarot card meaning from the imagery. If you want a free resource for that, you can download my tarot card meaning cheat sheet from my website tarotwithruby.com, completely free. Did I mention it's free? So once you've got all of that down, step 1 and step 2, then it's time for step 3, which for me is to use a good tarot spread. It can be so hard to have your first reading, pull some cards, like ask some vague question, pull some cards, and you're not going to know how to interpret these cards because you don't have a clear structure in which you are conducting your readings. So it's super hard for you to interpret your readings, especially as a beginner. And this is where tarot spreads come in handy because they give you specific structure and you have like very specific points and questions for every spread position, and you'll pull one card for that position, and with your keywords that you learned in step 2, you're gonna apply that to the reading in your spread. And I show you how to do this both in my course Tarot 101, but I also have a video on specifically how to interpret the cards in your reading. Link will be in the eye. Step number 4 is to just practice. You have no idea how much I learned from just doing tarot readings, not only for myself, but for other people as well. And first, I struggled with finding people to do readings for because nobody in my real life actually knew that I read tarot, that was a hobby, that was something that I was trying to learn. But I had an online community of people on Discord where I would say, okay, I have some time to do readings. Who's up for a free reading? Let me know what you want a reading on and I'll do readings for you. And that helped me so much, not only by getting practice, but also by getting validation, because they would say how amazing my readings were, how much they resonated, and that gave me so much confidence as a tarot reader that right now I know that I can pull cards and my readings will resonate and I'll feel awesome about myself. If you don't have that online place, then feel free to join our Discord community for Tarot with Ruby. I'll have it linked down below always. And you can go into the channel Tarot Practice to ask to do readings for people. And hey, maybe you'll get a reading back in return. And by doing it virtually and writing your interpretation down, you also take a little bit more time to think about your interpretation and what the cards are trying to say, versus if you're doing it live for a friend or a family member who is literally sitting in front of you, and you can see how they are reacting to what you're saying while you're maybe still thinking about what this all means. And then step number 5 is for those who are wanting to elevate their tarot practice by adding things to your practice. So for me, I really liked adding some crystals to my practice because I had amethyst, and amethyst helps you to connect to your intuition, which is something that I really like to use when I do tarot readings. I also keep fluorite with me when I do a reading because that helps me to think very clearly and to speak very clearly, which obviously is also very important when doing a tarot reading, especially for someone else. But other things to add to your practice is maybe a layer of astrology, because there is astrology that can be combined with your tarot card practice. So if you are already into astrology and you're already very knowledgeable in astrology, then it's gonna be an added layer, like a thick added bonus layer of knowledge that you can add to your readings that's gonna make them more potent. If you want to get the most out of your tarot practice as a beginner, I recommend you sign up for my course Tarot 101. Link is in the description, but you can also just click the video on the screen right now. I recommend you do that anyway, because that's gonna help you within your tarot practice even more, to help you interpret the cards, read the cards more clearly, and also with a lot of fun, because it's fun. Tarot reading is fun.